Hey fellow legends, it's SG Rogue back at it again with a new Apex Legends video, and today we have the date and time for the teaser for Season 4 of Apex Legends, when you can expect it, when can you witness it in game, what are we getting? Are we going to be staying in World's Edge? Are we going back to Kings Canyon? Is there a new map? We have a lot of questions, answers, and speculation coming your way. But first, we need to announce the winner who deciphered my message correctly in the last video. If you're new to the channel, what I've started to do is post a message in timestamps. If you decrypt it correctly with a few words from every timestamp, you will get a big surprise. This is my idea of a fun giveaway because it gives everyone an equal and fair shot in the community at winning the giveaway, and it's pretty transparent. So it's a lot of fun. Go try it out below in the comments. This week's winner was Yugia for Life, and I contacted him on social media so we can give him his prize. Lastly, if you would take 5 seconds and smash that like button, and if we surge over 10,000 likes, then I will be giving away my personal Apex Legends account with all of my purchased skins, my Apex Predator rank stat, everything. You will get my entire account. Everything an Apex Legends player could dream of for free. So let's try to make that happen and make somebody really happy. So without further ado, let's jump into this video and all of the juicy details. But first, a big shout out to Shugatal for finding this leak and posting it first. So what's really interesting about all this code is I actually had to re-record my entire video because my thoughts, views, and opinions on the entire set of code changed as I recorded it. And as a content creator, that's a lot of work and time, but I want to make sure I supply you guys with my best opinions and probably the best perspective into what is going to happen. I really pride myself on being correct and being really just right on the spot. So I always want to try to give you that. And this time it just happened to take me a little bit longer to get this to you. Now this code has got a lot of information in it, so what I have done is I've broken it up into 2 segments. So first up we have Desertlands Multi-Tease, and we see Desertlands Multi-Tease Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3, as well as some date and timestamps of the 21st, 23rd, and 28th from 10 till 8. But even more interesting, we move on to Season 4 teaser scene in World's Edge, starts at the end of Season 3 and lasts 1 week into Season 4. Now remember that last part, lasts 1 week into Season 4. And we also go on to see Season 4 Scene Phase 1, Scene Phase 2, Scene Phase 2 end. And it's got some date and timestamps here of the 23rd, 27th, and the 11th, 1 week after the start of Season 4, which would put the start of Season 4, as we all know, on February 4th. So you guys might think, yeah, cool, we have some date and times, but there's so much more to this. So it would appear that we are getting a dynamic event in Apex Legends. Now what I mean by that is, remember how Fortnite had this big event that you could watch in game? Now that would appear to be what we're going to get. It says teaser scene in World's Edge, and we have timestamps on the 23rd and 27th. And these timestamps aren't just for a little period. They are a big event that's happening over a long period of time. 10 hours on the 23rd and 9.5 hours on the 27th. These are going to be in-game things that you can witness, it would appear. Now this is speculation from the code, but from my understanding of it, it would appear that this is going to be something you can witness in your environment in-game. That's what I mean by a dynamic event. So it pulls a lot of similarities to Fortnite, which is really neat and interesting. I think that would be awesome to see. But unfortunately, I do have to finish that part off with it says in World's Edge. And if we go to the last part of this, last 1 week into Season 4, so it would appear that we are going to be staying in World's Edge. Now, obviously, all of this is entirely speculation and subject to change. This is just my understanding. So if you guys saw my post on YouTube or on Twitter, I had originally thought that I debunked myself because I forgot about a major piece of code. Now this code used the same code phrase, Desertlands teaser, hologram, and this made me rethink everything again because I really thought this would be a dynamic event, but it could just possibly be something similar to what we saw in Season 2 with Crypto running into the room of the labs, hacking into the system and leaving. You know, a simple hologram of him in game, this time being Revenant in a different scenario. Now, this is a high possibility, but because of the timestamps, I really did think that this was constrained to a major event happening in game. There were multiple phases, and they happened over a long period of time on 2 different days. Unlike Crypto's, which was very long, very, very long, and it was the same thing over and over and over again, this hologram tease made me really reconsider everything. This is just my understanding. Now, there's a lot that could happen, and there could be things happening in the background of all this code. These are just scenes, we're just seeing a little snippet. In the background, there could be actions such as pushing us to another map, and originally when I recorded this video, that was kind of my thought, because in the comment section of the code, typically two slashes means it's a comment, it said in World's Edge, and my original thought and theory was, why would you call out an environment if you knew you would be in that environment already? I thought it was pretty redundant, and my original theory was, well, if they're calling out World's Edge, then we could, have a high probability of going back to Kings Canyon. And along recently, I posted a poll, and over 75-80% of you guys said you wanted to go back to Kings Canyon, and this is not new news to anybody. Polls have been going on all over the internet by other YouTubers, and almost like 80% of the player base does want to go back to Kings Canyon. So it would make a lot of sense that they could send us back there. And trust me, that's what I want, and that's why I had to re-record this. Is the first time I was looking in that lens, and I was only looking for hope at Kings Canyon, and I wasn't looking at it from an outside viewpoint, just being brutally honest with myself. And I do think that from the code and from, a monetary perspective as the developing studio, it would make sense to stay on World's Edge. So that's where I'm at with that. Do you think that this is a tease for Kings Canyon? It does say Desert Lands, but maybe that's something happening in our environment. I would expect that they would change the map in some sort of way, and from my 10 leaks video in the previous video, I mentioned some major things that could be happening in this environment in World's Edge, and kind of the thought that we would be staying in World's Edge. So there's a lot of speculation, a lot of thoughts on what could be happening in Season 4. Obviously, nobody has a clear, good understanding. We just know when the teaser is going to happen for Season 4. As I said, leave a comment down below with what your thoughts are on all of this. There's so much information and thoughts and theories that can be speculated, and I could spend forever talking about this, but I was getting way too wordy the first time I made this video, second time, third time, fourth time I made the video, so I'm trying to make it as little words as possible and just presenting you guys the code so you can form your theory. So let me know your thoughts down below, because I would really love to hear them. And yeah, so if you did enjoy the video, please remember to smash that like button. As I said, if we get over 10,000, I will give away my account. No ifs, ands, or buts. And I'm gonna wrap it up for this one, guys, because I'm dead. I overthought, overanalyzed, overcritiqued everything in this, and yeah. So that's gonna be it for this one, guys. SG out.